Brian Casey.
Oh, wait a second. Actually, it takes a delay on it. Okay, now.
This is Brian Casey with Casey Co. Inc. Fine Foods Division. We're today doing a foodie on Java Joe, how to make great coffee with your basic home appliance. So, first of all, we need certain things. I have a list of what we need. Most of you already are going to have these things. So come on over, let me show what we do. Right here, we have a conventional drip grind. This is a Gaia Dila whatever, and it's a cone style, but a cone or a basket is equal. I use Melita #4 bamboo filters. If you have the cone, that would be your cone. If you have the basket. So that's that. And always make your coffee from whole bean. Always make sure your whole bean comes from a foil with poly-lined sealed bag of whole bean. And always, don't use blends unless you like blended coffee, but give me a Sumatra, give me a Ethiopian, whatever. Okay, our next unit, as far as appliances, is a bean grinder. Here, lid comes off, an entire bag of coffee fits in there perfectly. And it's got a sealable lid, it keeps it fresh. Olive, we're busy here. Relax. This is a Mr. Coffee. I got this at Target, I believe, $40. So it's a jewel. It's got steel grinding wheels and it just works like a champ. Okay, I don't really have any full bags of coffee, that's really not important. Okay, so basically what we do need is a good coffee maker. We need a coffee grinder. An electric is the only way to rock. And then we need filters and coffee. So on this particular filter, I simply fold it and then open it up and then go with, insert it into my tapered housing. And then an important feature of making good coffee is to get the paper smell out of the paper. So the smartest way is to use distilled water or filtered water, which you get out of your refrigerator, or you buy filtered water, and then you boil it. And then take your boiled water, pour it through your filter, saturate your filter slowly with your boiled water, and that will get the paper smell out. The paper smell is detrimental to the taste of the coffee. So pour boiled water into the filter, and a way to check to see if you got it all, if it still smells like paper, you need more boiled water. Now, set that aside, you can set it upside down. The next routine is take first of all I should back up. It's important that your beaker, your filter housing, your cone or your basket, that they've been run through the dishwasher, and that when you smell them, you cannot smell coffee. If you can smell coffee, they're not clean. If you don't have a dishwasher, hand wash them, scrub them, use a cleanser, whatever you need to do. When they're clean and you can't smell coffee, you're ready to go. Now, again, distilled water. And if you had to hand wash this or use your dishwasher, either one, what you're going to do, you're still going to have your standard city water that you've washed it in. So I will run maybe, you know, a fifth of whatever. And what I'll do is take filtered water in here, cold water, and I'll just turn it upside down. In other words, basically I'm rinsing out what's already been cleaned. Then I will go ahead and fill this. I'll usually fill this up to the max. Might take 10, 12 cups depending on the size. If you're going to make 4 cups of coffee, fill this thing to 8 cups. And just go ahead and fill it. If you're going to make 10 cups of coffee, well, then go ahead and make 10 cups. And then add your water into La Machine, fill it up to 10 cups, and then get some more distilled water, come over, and pour it through your filter. Pour it through your filter, hold the button on the bottom, let it drain out. Basically, you're rinsing your filter one more time. So, that takes care of that. If you're going to make 4 cups of coffee, you set your cup wheel up here to 4, and then basically you're just going to push this in, push the button. It's going to grind you the correct amount of bean for 4 cups. And then this is regulated 1 through 20 on the size of the grind. Drip is going to be pretty much right here in the middle. You've got an espresso, which is a very fine grind all the way over, and then the other way is the coarsest grind. So you can grind it to suit your fancy. Typically a drip grind is going to be right here in the 10. And on this particular grinder, it's just a little silver area right in the middle there. So your coffee's ground, it's going to make all kinds of noise. And then when it's automatically going to stop to your setting. If you set on 4, it's going to stop at 4. I take it out, I smack it, and that gets the coffee off the top of the lid down into the holder. Then I take my ground coffee, I turn my filter over. This paper will be stuck in here because it's going to be wet. Excuse me. I'll pour my ground coffee into the filter. Then I'll set my filter in to La Machine. And this one, it goes in one way. Okay, I close the lid, and don't forget the beaker. It will be empty. I'll start my button, and away we go. Now, the coffee is going to perk. It's going to boom. Boom. After it stops that rhythm and starts to go into an arrhythmia, you always have your ear attuned. You don't leave the room. You don't go do bookkeeping. You know, as soon as it stops that rhythm, you grab your bail. You pull out your grounds. You still want water on top of your grounds. You don't want your grounds and the water to have soaked all the way through and dripped into your carafe. You want water still covering your grounds when you take this out. Okay, that's disposed of. Turn your coffee off. Do not leave it on top of here, because that just cooks your coffee. Why do that? If you like milk or cream, shake it, put it in your cup, pour your milk. If you like it Java Joe style, directly into your coffee cup and down the hatch. That is the key to the layman's Casey Co. Foodie of the Day tip. Tomorrow we'll be on to plumbing.